Gen Z is annoying. So annoying that I'm Gen Z and even I find us annoying. Reason number one, choosing emotion over logic. If Gen Z had a slogan, it would be just that. Choosing emotion over logic. Maybe we were too coddled as children. Maybe we were just like given everything as children, but it's the number one thing that I notice about us to the point I had to make a video about it. Like I just had to rant about it. An example just recently was with one of my coworkers who happens to be Gen Z along with me. They had some sort of problem with their hours. They weren't getting enough hours or whatever. But instead of just going to talk to our boss, they were just, oh no, I'm not going to go talk to them because I don't want to go off on him. And it's just like, what? Like, don't let your emotions mess with your money. Like, what do you mean you don't want to go off on them? And then in my head, I'm just thinking like, you're not the first one who's ever had like an issue with this person. It's just kind of like, just go talk to them. You know, it might just be a misunderstanding. Maybe it's a misstep in how they're managing things, but it's just like, what do you mean you don't want to go off on them? Like what? And again, not that emotions are a bad thing, but sometimes our emotions are just out of whack due to unforeseen circumstances or whatever, right? And sometimes we just gotta just like put it aside for things to just go our way or for things to get better. Do you know what I mean? Reason number two, zero attention span. I love TikTok. I'm glad it's back. I don't know how long it'll be back, but I think it's the number one contributor to our generation having terrible, and I really do mean terrible attention span. It's gotten to the point with my friends who are also Gen Z. I just tell them like, don't ask me out if we're just gonna be on our phones. I don't want to scroll through meme after meme after meme because you can't sit for 2 minutes and listen to a story, or 3 or 4, 5 minutes and listen to a story. I could just be at home and send you a meme. And I think that that's not crazy for me to ask. And here's the thing, I think the attention span is worse in Gen Z, but you do see it in the older generations, how their attention span is getting worse along with us. We just happen to be the worst ones. Reason number three, Gen Z has this weird social anxiety problem, and I don't think it's talked about enough. And it's especially noticeable in younger Gen Z, the kids who had to go through middle school and high school during COVID. You know, thankfully, I didn't have to do any school through COVID except for like college, but I think that is the main contributor to like this weird social anxiety that they all suffer from. The masks, the isolation, you know, 6 feet apart. They didn't get to interact in the same way other generations got to interact with their classmates, you know, like prom or homecoming or like group projects. Does that make sense? It feels like that time period of 2 to 3 years like stunted their ability to interact with the world. They are way more comfortable interacting through gaming or social media than they are in person. And don't get me wrong, I think that everybody kind of goes through that. Like every generation that's gone through technology has gone through that, but it's like very, very noticeable in younger Gen Z where they hide behind their parents even though they're like 18, 19, 20 years old. Does that make sense? Like, it's like they've lost this basic human interaction skill. And I've personally seen how it affects my friendships and my work environments. And it's just weird to me, you know, like it's something that I've noticed from afar. Reason number four, a lack of respect for elders. I know I sound like an unk, and in terms of Gen Z, I am an unk. I'm pushing 30 at this point. But where has the respect gone?
Well, son, since you haven't learned to respect your elders, it's time you learn to respect your betters.
I've disrespected adults before. I've said things I shouldn't have. But for Gen Z, disrespect feels like the default. It's like if there's ever a opportunity for sassiness or disrespect, it's like funny to them. It's fun. And seeing that not only for myself, you know, again, like I am older Gen Z, but seeing it for older people, it's disturbing. It's disturbing because I know that not everybody who is older deserves respect, but there is that sort of like, hey, they've gone through stuff, they've gone through life, you know, maybe they're just trying to help us out. Maybe they don't know how to communicate with us. You know, we have technology, we have these different ways of communicating. And no, it's just for us, it's like, oh, they're old, they're dumb, they're this, they're that. And it's just kind of alarming to me because it's like, do you guys treat your parents this way? And I have been disrespectful towards adults, but I can admit to myself, I'm like, hey, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. I will apologize for saying this, for saying that. I don't want to live in a future where we just disrespect anyone like who's an elder or authority. Again, this might be a old person take, but I'm getting old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people disrespecting me. You know what I mean? Like, Reason number 5, casual attitudes towards school. It just seems like Gen Z does not care about school anymore. Here's the thing, I hated school. I'd walk in and I was just like, my day's ruined. Not a good mentality. But here's the thing, I still showed up. And that's kind of what I mean about, you know, being casual towards school. Because even the bad kids back then would show up to school. They'd be bad, they'd curse, they'd do this and that, but they still showed up. Now I'm constantly hearing from kids, again, they're kids, but they're still Gen Z. It's just like, oh yeah, I didn't go to school this week. Like, what? Wait, you didn't go to school the entire week? Like, nah, I just wasn't feeling it.
No, I don't really feel like it.
And then for the parents to just be like, well, that's on them. It's just kind of like, what? That was super rare whenever I was growing up. Even the bad kids, like I was saying, would show up to school. Even I would show up to school. And here's the thing, I'd be failing every class, but I could not miss school. For the life of me, I could not miss school. It's just weird. It's annoying. You can see it in kids, how much education they're getting. Like, it's just weird. I'm older, but I'm still associated with that. Like, yeah, they just don't go to school anymore. They get so much breaks and they just don't go. Like, it's just like, okay, and the parents are cool with it. Like, I don't like that. I love my generation. I love Gen Z. Don't think that I'm not Gen Z, because I am part of Gen Z. We've done amazing things. We actually know what a PDF file is. That's another whole thing that I should make a video to rant about. You know, like, how are these people having mortgages and stocks and this and that and 401ks, and they don't even know how to export a PDF file or send a PDF file. Anyways, I'm going on a different rant. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I love our generation. You know, we know how to use technology, but sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, add a comment if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm out of touch, if you think I'm forgetting some stuff, if you think I should rant about a different generation. Because trust me, Gen Z is not the only generation that is annoying to me. There are many more generations. Well, basically every generation. To every generation, does that make sense? Every generation is annoying to every generation. That's not to say you guys are not good people. Let me know. Should I make a part 2? Should I make a video about another generation? Yeah, let me know. And I don't know what else to say, except that my stomach hurts. Like, it actually really hurts. And it's like 1 in the morning while I'm recording this. Maybe bad sleep schedules is part of our stereotype too. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Peace.